Hello, Nation. We have an awesome show for you today. An extra featured video is on the show. You don't want to miss that. We would like to say thank you to our first patron, Mike Murray from the Geek Pub. He signed on at patreon.com/madebynation. If you can support the show, it takes an awful lot to produce this. So please do so if you can. We would very much appreciate it. Also, we have a Facebook page. Facebook.com/madebynation. We'll announce all things with the show through that page. My name is Matt Haas, and this is Awesome Wood Things Channel.
I'm Ryan from Waylight Creations.
I'm Eloy from Escagedo Woodworking.
And this is
Made by Nation.
Made by Nation. We'll start off the show with an off-topic segment. Favorite TV actress from the 80s or 90s? I'll start. Always had a thing for Christina Applegate. Even today, yeah, just something about her. Great actress. Great all around. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I don't know if it was the 80s because I don't remember when she did the thing, but I think it was the 80s. Olivia Newton-John. She was so incredibly
How many posters
awesome.
did she sell? Didn't
Oh my
everyone have an
goodness.
Olivia Newton-John poster? I swear.
But listen, the Olivia that I liked was the one at the end of the movie. I love that one.
Ryan?
Betty White.
Oh, come on.
Nope. Moving on.
They say there's three types of guys
Maud.
in the world. There's Marianne, Ginger, and Mrs. Howell.
Said Maud.
All right, this segment is an up-and-comer. It's when we feature a YouTuber that has very few subscribers, but they should have a lot more because they're awesome. This is Make a Houndstooth Wall Art Piece by Never Not Making. This guy's name is also Matt, so let's add another Matt to the Woodworker. He has just over 100 subs, but my goodness, I look at the video as one of the first videos he's made. It's so good. I'm like, my first video wasn't this good. So he had a whole bunch of scrap pieces of plywood, and he cut them down into about approximate 4-inch triangles. He hates wasting, so that's good. I mean, I love to reclaim stuff. And he made this huge mosaic out of these triangles, and some he stained or painted black. The whole thing was less than $20. He bought OSB backer and some trim and some staples, and the wood, he was just scrap, so he didn't count that. And just big. And I tend to make small crafts, so when I see something big and awesome, I'm like, yes! I thought it was really, really cool. And I think he has the same cell phone case as me. I just sort of noticed that. Ryan, what did you think?
It was a great use of leftover materials. Like you said, he likes to not let anything go to waste. But holy crap, that must have taken forever to put that together. I don't think I'd have the patience to do that.
I love when projects are scaled like that, and I think there's something to be said about doing stuff on that scale. It's a great video, by the way, an awesome project. I love it. Plus just gathering materials that are on hand, not spending too much money. That's right up my alley, man. So what's cool about this project is the scale, and I suggest people try bigger scales. Go big, savage. But yeah, it was an inspirational video to me. I really dug it.
All right, my pick for this week's video is by Kaged Creation, and it is the Feather Quill Pen, and it's part of Bill Lavolsi's No Lathe Pen Challenge. And the reason I picked it, one, it's awesome, of course, and two, he makes his own ink in it, and that's my favorite part about the whole video. I love that he made his own ink, but also he does this little technique in it where he microwaves or I think it was it a toaster oven or a microwave, but he put sand in it, and it was to temper the end of the feather to make the quill, and then he goes through the whole process of making it. But on top of that, there's a funny little skit in the beginning too that I I really enjoyed. So that's my pick for this week. You guys?
It was beautiful.
When I saw the sand, I was like, what is he doing? Because he did not explain it in the video, but in the first chat, he explained it. And he said he may even do a video about that technique going forward. So I'm like, cool. I'd like to see that. Yeah, it was clever and awesome, and it worked. He made a fountain pen. I liked it.
Right?
Yeah, dude. You frickin' rock. It's so retro. It's so retro that it goes past retro, right? It's so retro that it goes medieval. You went medieval on us, dude. Congratulations on that beautiful build. Really loved it. Kaged, you're the best. I've got nothing more to say. These guys say everything and they leave me for the last, so I end up looking like the idiot.
Shogun Jimmy from the chat room says, so old school and awesome project. Absolutely.
Very old school.
Someone's saying they totally want a faster oven in the chat room. Now we all have to buy ovens for our shop.
Toaster. Oh, toaster oven. It was a toaster oven.
Yeah, toaster oven.
Midwest Man Mountain Home and Garden DIY said, dude, Kaged, I totally want a faster oven.
Yes, he did.
I will remind everyone that Eloy got the name of that channel correct on the first take.
Holy crap.
Duly noted. Okay, my pick is The Piston Dude by Dave's Woodworks. This is where a piston from an engine was drilled out to look like sort of a angry dude, and there was some welding in it. I was fascinated by how the eyes and the nose and the mouth were made. It was a combination of drilling and then using a file and really getting in there. And I thought, how is he going to make straight lines? Because when I tend to do stuff, I like to be precise. But no, he kind of kept it rough. Now, he did file it down and get it the way he wanted, but just the way the shapes were, it was very kind of menacing, but it was a small little dude too. So in a way, it wasn't menacing. The cigar, he had a cigar in his mouth that was a bullet shell. I just thought it was different and unique, and of course it was awesome, and there was a lot of metalworking, which I haven't done a lot of. I was just like, yeah, this is it. Very cool. And he had a pile of junk, and like, who doesn't have a big pile of junk? But he made something out of it. I love that. Very cool. What did you guys think?
Well, Matt Haas, I think it was a fantastic pick. And by the way, I saw the precursor to the build in some other forum. With that said, the dude is freaking awesome. I had a few conversations with him, and apparently he's going to be making sometime here coming up a welded hand sculpture out of metal. And we were talking about the one that I had made before. But this build blew my mind because it's kind of where my mind has been at the time, exploring, taking random items and putting them together to create something new. And this is the best example, and it's just such a lovely pick that you made. High five to Dave. I subbed to him. I wasn't before. It's just fantastic. And really, I've got nothing more to say other than blew my mind. Love it.
I see what you mean about being left last, because there's like nothing left to say. But I will touch on the things that you did say that I agree with. The casing that's in his mouth to be the cigar, perfect. It couldn't fit better. And for some reason, I don't know why, it reminds me of the A-Team. Something about it reminds me it should be a member of the A-Team.
Now that you
like if they were all mechanized and, mechanical beings. So, still, awesome project. I loved it.
Mitch Dietrich from the chat room says 40 cal stogie, and Kaged Creation from the chat room says Dave's project was a lot of fun. I really thought the cigar was a nice addition. Yeah, I mean, come on. It was cool.
All right, guys. So my pick was ReaperWoodworks. Grim Reaper. This guy's channel, I love it. His video is called I Made Some Chunky Benches. I just love the video, and I love the dude as well. His benches are, I would call it rustic-ish. He finger joints in a massive scale, right, to create joints, glue up, and just a fantastic staining process, and also the clear coat he uses, the Hellman's Outdoor, nice and shiny. The reason I picked it, number one, it's my style that I enjoy, and he does a lot of pieces that I kind of feel very attuned to, just on with what I do. And also the way he goes about explaining things. He does the project in this video, and at the end he goes and explains in a very calm fashion. It just makes me feel at home and welcomed. So Reaper, love you to death. Awesome freaking video. What did you guys think?
Well, as I mentioned, when someone does a larger project, I tend to gravitate towards that because I make sort of the smaller ones. And oh my gosh, if you can drop a truck on something you made and you'll likely damage the truck rather than your item, I'm all in. I need to make one of these for my property as well, and I may very seriously consider doing something almost identical because I loved it. And that little tutorial on how to apply that outdoor finish, going from dry to wet and then extending it was good information. I certainly didn't know it, so I learned something along the way, and it was an awesome build. Loved it.
Agree 100% with both of you, and I will stand by the comment that I left on the video the day I saw it. I am a chunky guy myself, so I love me a chunky bench. No, it was great, though. It was an awesome build.
Josh from the chat room says, was a great vid. Absolutely was a great vid. Like I said, you learned something. Awesome project. Great all around.
Right on.
All right, Nation, we have an extra video for you. This is Reverse Engineering a Side Table with Bow Ties by Robin Lewis. And this was just a cool video. I've never seen anything like it. The whole premise was, he starts off by saying, I already built it, so we're just going to reverse engineer it, and I'll show you how it went. And then he starts running the footage backwards and talking over top of it. Like, he'll say things like, now I have to saw the bow ties back on, and the bow ties that were sticking out, he was running the saw, and then it was going back together. And the whole thing was like that. It was like the glue goes back into the bottle, and he says, and now I need to apply clamping pressure to loosen the glue. And then he took the clamps off, and then the glue was liquid again, and he could pull stuff out. It was just unique and quirky, and the side table was cool looking too. I mean, it was an awesome looking build, but just the whole presentation. And then at the very end, he starts laughing. He's like, I can't believe I'm keeping this straight, or he said something along those lines. I imagine it was tough dialogue. Putting that together. It just struck me as something fun and unique. What did you guys think of this extra video?
One of the coolest videos I've ever seen, and you're right, from the reverse order of things. When it first started out, I didn't know what he was doing. And then, you kind of quickly get what's going on there. But how hard must that have been to edit? Right?
I don't even want to know.
I've done a couple of things in our videos where I kind of back it up for a second and then go forward with it just to mess around, but a whole video backwards and planning, he had to plan it ahead of time because of the stuff he's saying in between. So awesome.
Yeah, that's totally up my alley, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't gone that crazy, but I totally love when someone goes just straight out of left field and does something so unique like that. And the build is just outrageous. Beautiful. You rock, dude.
Josh Millar in the chat room says, the glue flying back in the bottle looked so weird. It did get caught you off guard.
Weird is good.
Shogun Jimmy says, vid must have been hard to edit. I would have been a head scratcher for me. Mitch Dietrich says he was drinking wine from the box.
And Robin Lewis himself says, thanks.
Yeah, he's in the chat room. The featured maker is with us in the chat room. A lot of fun in the chat room. So many shenanigans. I think this chat room takes the cake for the most shenanigans going on. It's crazy.
Shout out to Marius Hornberger, too, for inspiring it.
Yeah.
Because he mentioned that. So, he's an awesome maker as well.
Okay, Nation, that's our show for you today. This is also an audio podcast. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music. Almost forgot Google Play Music. If those don't work for you, you can grab the show by the RSS feed and jam it in your podcatcher. My name is Matt Haas, and I just published a video on Awesome Wood Things about a display case where I showcase my brother and sister both shot a birdie on the golf course. That's 2 under par. It's just a weird name for it. And they wanted to showcase those items, the ball, the pencil, and the thing. So I made a cool solid wood display case for them. It's really cool.
My name is Eloy from Escagedo Woodworking. I just made a lamp, which was actually going to be a bowl out of layered plywood, but I figured it was too much sanding. I didn't miter. So in the end, I turned it into a lamp. Check it out. Very simple. I think you'll like it.
My name's Ryan from Waylight Creations, and this past week we made these 2 things, and they're coming out this week, an all-wood hairbrush and some Valentine lovey-dovey wall art. So look forward to those the next few days.
Awesome. Before we go, remember the Makers Rock collaboration sign up is still active. It won't be active for long. Go to makersrock.com. You can look at the spreadsheet, pick your album, and use the form to sign up there. makersrock.com. Thank you, Nation. After we do this, we'll go into the intro.
Okay.
We'll try and nail our Made by Nation. But that's next. That's not now.
Okay.
I like how you said we'll try to nail it.
I think you've cracked up every time, Ryan. And I watch the way Eloy does it. Eloy is like a master at it. You are a performer through and through, Eloy. There's no doubt about it.